Man, I can't believe my team's in the Super Bowl. Feels great. Anyway, Pat, I'm always looking for the best number, but I don't want to cheat. I got bets in early because that's what I do. I pulled a Rob Pizzola, and it's great. All the bets I got better numbers at, so I might have picked the right ones, I hope.
Hey, don't say that. Rob might attack you on the internet, Cam.
He could. Henderson. Henderson is going to be a bigger part of this game for the Patriots than people think.
Pat Mayo Experience.
Super Bowl 60, best bets, gold, silver, bronze. Always hit the time codes to go mess around to get where you want. We'll recap them at the end as well. Rob Pizzola, Cam Stewart on the line with me. Rob, you just finished a 5-hour prop live stream extravaganza at the Forward Progress YouTube channel, but I have one question. What's the best prop?
Well, the best prop that I gave out that I liked yesterday has moved a lot since. But what I did give out as my best prop on the show was the Patriots' first drive not to reach the 50-yard line or further. That was my favorite prop. It was plus 124 at the time. There was some plus 134 out there. It's now like plus 100 everywhere. So I got to pivot away from that. But that was one that I really liked because, yes, of course, they could start at the 35, Pat, if they get the opening kickoff. But if Seattle does, Seattle can pin them deep as well. It's not necessarily that they're going to start at the 35, and Seattle tends to move the ball pretty well, and they punt a lot. They don't go for fourth down, so they're not going to give the Patriots great field position. So that was one that I really liked, and I can't wait for the first play of the game to be a Drake May 40-yard pass.
I feel like a Drake May 40-yard pass to kick off the game. Even like Kayshon Boutte would just set the props on fire for people. It would destroy the sports books. People would be all over that.
Yeah, you know what, too? And it's interesting. Seattle, I watch all their snaps this year, Pat, and they're notorious quick starters, but I'm thinking from a live betting perspective, you almost want the Patriots to score first, not panicking, and then you get Seattle at a better number for people that want to play them. I see some 4.5s, 5s drifting out there. So for me, I'm just attacking this thing differently. It's the one time, guys, where, I'm looking at this game from like being a kid again. Like, I just want Seattle to win. I don't care if they win by 5. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I just want them to win. So the way I'm attacking this stuff is with props, and I'm attacking it with golfers. I'm attacking it with hockey, basketball, college, whatever. Pat, my goal is to make plus money 2-game parlays with Seattle money line and basically everything.
Want to let everyone know, code Mayo at Underdog will get you a deposit bonus of up to $1,000. It gets you a free pick for the big game. Additionally, if you play a $5 pick'em entry, you will instantly get $75 in bonus funds in your account to keep on firing. Why not, right? And if you hit the lobby, there is a special PME, Pat Mayo pack that's up there right now. It's Kenneth Walker under rushing, Diggs over receptions, Anthony Jenkins over 2.5 tackles and assists, and Jaron Reed under 2.5 tackles and assists. And I believe that's boosted up to 14-1 right now. So you play that pack. You can even throw on the free pick that you get by using code Mayo. Boom! You're doing well. Rob, I saw that Jeff was on with you. I asked him for a prop on the Monday show, and it almost exploded his brain.
It's really challenging for him in these big games too, because he's also absorbing so much information over the course of the week, like listening to everything. I actually don't even remember what Jeff gave. Oh yeah, I do remember. Jeff gave out Drake May under rushing yards.
Wow.
At 37.5.
Huh. Didn't have Jeff as a big unders guy.
I think there was like more to it than that. There's like a popular tout service that released the over on that. So he kind of I think he wanted it to go head to head with them so that he can victory lap it a little bit after the fact.
Yeah, that's right. He can brag. Yeah. I hope it goes under.
Yeah, so do I.
I asked him for one, and he just couldn't do it.
Just one.
It's not his. You can ask. It's not his thing. He just doesn't really look at these regularly. He could have at least found like a cross sport golf prop or something like that.
Well, that's what I did, Pizzola. Scotty Scheffler, top 5 Seahawks money line is plus 123 or something like that. Why not?
Yeah.
Or you could even do a top 10, pick them. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that's okay, Jeff, he's going to have a million golf bets this week. He's got to put some recipe together.
Yeah.
When I talked to him on Monday, he was parlaying Filipino D2 basketball with Cam Young, no Scotty Scheffler market. So
yes,
who has time to look at props?
That's actually one of the smartest things Jeff's ever done, though. So,
he's limited, so it allows him to actually bet. No, I understand why he's doing it, but he's got time to look at this stuff.
Little bit of D-League basketball and get Cam Young without Scheffler. Smartest thing he's ever done.
Well, no, but Cam, his account, he gets like good prices on golf.
Yeah,
right. So his account got limited to like $5
Oh,
bet.
he's a winner.
Yeah, so they profiled him as sharp, which, by the way, whichever trader did that, time to get that guy out of there, fired. But they profiled Jeff as sharp. So now to get his bets down, he parlays them with like some other massive soccer favorite or basketball favorite so that he can get like a decent sized bet, which, you know what?
Smart.
It was smart of Jeff. I didn't know he had that in him, to be honest.
I know he's got a lot in him. Just because he smokes weed and drinks Dr. Pepper and sometimes leaves his children alone. By the way, that's not true. He's a great parent. Jeff seems like one of those guys that'll just smoke one and I left the kids in the car. Like, those people that leave like dogs in cars in the summer, like big mistakes. But Jeff is a really good father. I think he really turns on the brain switch, Pat, when it comes to his children. That's when he brings his A game and focuses.
Just don't have any Dave Portnoy lookalikes around. Then all bets are off.
Definitely not. He might be going through a rough patch right now, though, Jeff.
Why?
Pat, you've done content with him this week. The guy's like bundled up in like a big jacket and stuff like that. I don't know if he can pay the heating bills anymore. I don't know what's going on. It's not like it's cold. It's not that cold where you need to wear a parka in your basement. Put on a long sleeve shirt, maybe. Like
he's paid the heating bill. Oh, he's doing fine, Pizzola. The bills get paid.
Well, the candles are lit at least.
Yeah, the candles are lit.
Provide a lot of heat.
The candles are lit.
This is the season finale of the Best Bets. I want to thank everyone for tuning in all year long. Smash the like while you're here. Give me your favorite prop down in the comment section as well. And if you are watching on YouTube and you're subbed, that gets you a ballot and a draw for $250 cash, which I'm giving away on Friday, which is tomorrow of the time that we're recording this. So I'll be giving one of you guys $250. You can also get extra ballots into the draw by subscribing to the free Mayo Media newsletter down in the description, where I'll have the recap of all of the stuff that we talk about on this show. If you don't got the hour to kill, although spending an hour with us goes by in like 5 minutes. Additionally, the big ones for the extra ballots: subscribe, rate 5 stars, and review the Pat Mayo Experience on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. Those are the big ones for the ballots. So please go do that and help out the show. Jump into the gold picks. I shall start. Stefan Diggs over 4.5 receptions, Cam. I think that Seattle is going to be playing from ahead in this game, and I think that they're somewhat susceptible because they give up some underneath stuff. They do not want to give up anything deep. The Patriots are going to try it, but where does Diggs navigate? Right around the line of scrimmage, 5-8 yards out, crossing routes, still great hands, still runs great routes. I don't know if he's going to do anything after the catch, but they'll be finding him and they'll be looking his way.
I agree with that assessment. Emenwara, we don't know the whole story. Apparently got hurt in practice. And if this is like a real injury, I usually don't believe this shit. Like when they said Sam Darnold was hurt, the line, all you got to do is look at the line. He's fine. He's playing in the game. But I haven't really dug deep. The story just kind of came out. And if he's not there, that is a massive, massive, massive loss for Seattle.
Yeah. I like this look as well.
I do.
Diggs is good zone beater. The Seahawks play a lot of too high coverage. Yep. I think to your point, Pat, like Patriots O-line has not really been holding up in the playoffs, especially on the left side. I think you got to look for some like easy targets for Drake May in this game. That's running backs, which Seattle's been susceptible to all year. And I think Stephon Diggs, of all the wide receivers, fits the profile a lot better than everyone else. His average depth of target is much shorter. Get the ball out of May's hands quickly. Diggs is a good guy at finding space in those zones. So I like that look as well.
If you want some more looks, there's prop cards up at coolbet.com. If you're in Ontario, if you're in Canada outside of Ontario, go hit the description, get yourself a bonus, and play this one, Cam, for you. How about this? Sam Darnold over 1.5 touchdowns. Sam Darnold over 1.5 interceptions.
Wow. I think he might throw 1, 2. Who knows? It's a Super Bowl. He's played great in the last game, but I'm not sure. You know what? I tell people this, and I'm not a psychologist by any stretch, but I think Seattle really wanted to play this game, guys, without the bye week. They played their asses off against the Rams. I just think New England, they have a great coaching staff, and let's call it out for what it is. They've been Mike Vrabel as a player, as a coach now. Their staff, McDaniels, like all these guys have been there, done that. They've been to a lot of Super Bowls. So that's when it comes from a coaching perspective. New England, they'll be prepared. I just really wish they didn't have a bye week because the way Seattle was rolling, I don't want Darnold to sit back and think about how good he played against the Rams.
Well, the one thing that Seattle's been able to do, and I mean, the Patriots have been able to do the exact same thing. The offensive line has been holding, Rob, for Seattle, but the Patriots, regardless of who they've been playing, I kind of wrote it off the first 2 games of the playoffs. You play a team with no offensive line in the Chargers, and then no offensive line with Houston. Like, all right, of course they're getting a bunch of pressure, no big deal. They did the same thing against Denver, which I was pretty shocked about. Now, that could be a Stidham experiment as well. Like, hey, if we're not playing Bo Nix, we can throw some different looks here, confuse the hell out of the guy. He's going to hold on to the ball. But that was an offensive line that was holding up all year long, and it kind of started melting down against the Patriots.
Yeah, tough to say for sure because the conditions, I think, definitely played a factor there. And the fact that Jarrett Stidham started, I think you're right about that, Pat. I mean, the reality is getting Milton Williams back on the defensive line for them right at the end of the season was enormous. I mean, his on-off splits this year are huge. They're as wide as pretty much any defensive lineman in football. They've been able to stop the run way better with him on the field. They're getting after the quarterback better. Remember, they also had some other injuries in their front seven. Harold Landry has been, he's been pretty beat up for a while now with the knee injury. They were missing their nose tackle, Kyrus Tonga. Robert Spillane was in and out of the lineup. So I think it's this accumulation of just like getting everyone back for them, but especially Milton Williams, that's really changed things. And it's no doubt like they have a good defense. It's not great like at Seahawks, Texans level, but it's a good, solid defense that There's not a lot of vulnerabilities there. And they've played really well in the playoffs.
Anyone else would like to nominate their gold selection for Super Bowl 60?
You want to go, Rob?
Sure. I will. I'm going to support my man Geoff here as well. I'm just going to go to a slightly different market because I like the price better, but I'm going to take Drake May under 6.5 rushing attempts at plus 115 is the best price I can find. I know this one won't be popular. You look at the playoff games, 10 rushing attempts or more in 2 of the 3 games. Here's the thing with Seattle. They don't give up a lot of rushing attempts to quarterbacks. And this is including them leading for a large majority of the season, where quarterbacks on the other side are more likely to take off with the ball. They give up 3.5 attempts per game. It's 6th lowest in the league. It's not like they face statues all year at quarterback. I mean, they've played Brock Purdy 3 times. They played Bryce Young. They played Cam Ward, Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud before his concussion, Jacoby Brissett, Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray. That's 11 games against quarterbacks that I think are mobile quarterbacks. Only 2 quarterbacks had more than 6 carries. Bryce Young, Jaden Daniels. Both of those games, there was a theme where those teams were behind for the vast majority of the game. I mean, the Panthers game, Bryce Young couldn't even throw the ball. He had 54 yards passing on 24 attempts. He had to use his legs. Against the Commanders, the Seahawks were up 28-0 in the first half of that game. They played super soft the rest of the way. So the spread in this game is 4.5. I know, Pat, you think it's more likely to be a blowout, but it's projected to be a lot closer than a lot of those other games and the way those played out. And as long as the Patriots can stay in it, I like the chances of them limiting Drake May. They will spy him. The Texans did this really well against Drake May. They're the best team in the league at preventing quarterback scrambles, but they gave up just 4 attempts for 10 yards to him. 2 of those were kneel downs to end the game. And on top of that, kneel down possibilities are much lower in this spot with the Patriots as an underdog. So you're probably not going to get carries from kneel downs either here. So I listen, I love this play. I would probably just wait till Sunday if you really want to bet it, because all these overs are just going to keep getting bet, especially on Drake May. But I think there's really good value getting him plus money on under 6.5 rushing attempts.
Bookmaker, Rob, actually has your best number right now, plus 121 on the under 6.5 rushing attempts.
Yeah, I usually try to keep it to the like the regulated stuff. But you going to give me a bookmaker price for tracking? I'll take that. No problem.
There you go. Listen, it's up there. It's available for people somewhere. Yeah. So I'll throw that on our underdog play as well. I'll release that at the end of the show once we start building it up. And we got some profit boosts over there as well. Don't sleep on the profit boost. 50%, 75%. And it's not like they're limiting you to $10 a pop here. It's like 50, 100. So I would highly take advantage of that. Use code Mayo, get those bonus funds, use the profit boost, and it's just free money to go play with a lot of the time. So once again, Underdog, get on the app, use code Mayo, make your deposit. Cam, gold pick.
Can I split up my prop like at a half and half? Is that possible? Because we're having fun on Super. No, it's got to be one thing. Oh, okay.
No.
I can't do
shut
that.
down real quick. I was like last show of the year. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wow.
I have to write this up into a cheat sheet, and then I have to distinguish to people. Like,
anyway,
the cheat sheet's supposed to be easy.
What I Halani over 1.5 receptions.
Nice.
Over-
But I like his yards over 8.5.
Yes.
I think it's up to 10. And I wanted just to go over 1.5, over 8.5. That's what I wanted to do. But
Yep.
which one do you like better? just give me over 1.5 receptions.
I like the receptions number and the receiving yards because I saw that his rushing yardage was like 9.5, and I was loving that under.
That's what I just said. So can I go over 1.5, over 8.5 receiving, over 1.5 catches, over 8.5?
No, well, would pick one.
Over 1.5 receptions for George
Ian.
Halani.
But what I'm saying is I like his rushing unders. Like if you wanted to do some sort of like crazy, well, let's see if I can just pull this up right now and see what that would end up paying. If we go like under rushing attempts, under rushing yard, over receptions, over rushing yard, or over receiving yards. What do you think that would pay, Rob? Like 10-1? Maybe less?
Yeah, roughly in
More.
that range.
So Ariel Hawani under rushing yards. That's a guy?
I don't want under rushing yards, but I understand we're doing this for show purposes. So continue.
Cam used to work with Ariel Hawani. He used to come into our studio.
Yeah. The MMA guy. Yeah,
Before he blew up, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody works with us and they get bigger, right, Rob? And we're just sitting here doing the same damn thing.
Hey, listen.
I prefer this.
How
I
many guys
enjoy
we
this.
work with? Joe Fortenbaugh, all these, like, you name them, they've come through our doors. Like, I was talking to Gabe about it. I'm like, how many guys that we work with that are making tons of money now? And we're, it would have been nice to get a little piece. But yeah, it would have. Thanks.
So it's 11.5 rushing yard or receiving yards.
Ooh,
at,
I don't like that number.
I got
I got
bet
8.5.
I bet some 10.5 this morning at one spot, and I still see it there.
Rob, it opened like 7.5, I think, on one book. I got 8.5 on Mr. Green. Like, when I was playing there.
The best number in market on the receiving yardage prop for George is 9.5.
9.5, yeah.
9.5 is the lowest.
I got 8.5.
That's good. You got on it early.
I did. I like both of them. I like the over receptions and yards, but you told me one. I will have over 1.5 receptions, please.
So Underdog won't even let me put 3 of the same prop from the same guy in.
So why don't we go over receptions, over?
I have over receptions.
Yards.
I have over receptions, over receiving, or over receptions, under rushing attempts, under rushing yards.
And
How
Cam
about
wants
just
to
one
throw in-
under? I want 2 positives and a negative. How about over 1.5 receptions, over yards, under rushing?
Yeah, the 3 will only pay you right around like 5-1.
That's not enough.
So you throw in Patriots money line for a good time.
Oh, holy shit.
Here's the thing. Endurance athletes never talk about this, but heavy lifting and training can quietly wreck sexual performance. Long cardio, high cholesterol, bad sleep, under recovery, it all hits the same systems that control blood flow and hormones. And when circulation drops, performance drops everywhere. Most guys reach for stimulants or prescriptions, but that's a blunt fix way downstream. Nitric oxide is the master switch for blood flow, endurance, and longevity. Once you understand that, Joy Mode makes total sense. If you want to support sexual performance the same way you should support training and recovery naturally and intelligently, Joy Mode has got a deal for my listeners. Go to tryjoymode.com/mayo or enter mayo at checkout for 20% off. Joy Mode, the electrolyte packet for your dick. Underdog's expanding the game. You already know their player picks. Pick higher or lower on player stats. Today, Underdog prediction markets are live in 25 states. Back your squad with spreads, handicap for closer game, or totals, higher or lower combined score, combined with player picks for bigger payouts. New customers play $5 on fantasy, get $75 in fantasy bonus entries. Code Mayo. Team picks, player picks, all on Underdog. Cash App just released a new status program for the way that people actually spend Cash App Green. It unlocks new ways for you to pay, get rewarded, and easily grow or manage your money on your terms. Now, when you spend at least $500 a month with the Cash App or Cash App Pay, you earn green status, which unlocks benefits like up to $200 of free overdraft coverage, higher borrow limits, and custom personalized cashback offers every Friday at places you love to shop. Turn everyday spending into status with Cash App Green. Download Cash App today or visit cash.app/new to learn more about this and other great features launching now. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code CASHAPP10 in their profile at signup and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank. Member FDIC. Cash App Green overdraft coverage borrow. Cashback offers and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. Are you on the Patriots money line, Rob?
No, I am not. I'm not on the Patriots money line.
I think if you're gonna bet the Patriots, bet the money line.
I agree.
That's why they see when you, like I feel like it's been. I do think. Let's get to the silver picks. Make this easy. My silver pick is Seattle minus 11.5 at +2.
Wow. I like your style.
I do think that Seattle. I don't think Seattle wins a close game here. I think if it's close, Patriots win, and I think if Seattle wins, they're going to wreck them. If Seattle runs how they're supposed to run and Darnold doesn't turn the ball over, which is a big if in this circumstance, but I'm getting over 2-1 on my money here. I've just witnessed the Patriots not be able to score on any good defenses. Like, what is the total of points that they're going to score in this game? 17? 20?
I got them scoring 20.
Yeah, they score 20. I think that Seattle kind of posterizes them offensively.
My final score is 31-20, Pat. Exact score.
No, that's not enough. Can you make it 32-20? And then we're doing good.
32-20. I actually,
winner.
I know when the button popped up, it was 33-20. So now I have to bet it, because if I don't and it comes up that score, then that's jumping through window territory. So yes, Seattle by 13 is fine with me.
So I do think, Rob, that it's either like one of those scores, 33-20, or it's Patriots 20, Seattle 17. Like one of that type of game.
I don't like that one.
Seattle just stumbles so much in these close games. That's what keeps the game close. They keep getting in their own way.
So I think the only issue I have with this, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but it's kind of already priced that way. Like if you look at the money line price in the game right now across the market, it's not typical of a 4.5 point spread money line price. I think it's slightly shaded towards exactly what you're talking about, Pat, where I think people who are going to bet the Patriots are going to, a lot of them are just going to bet the money line instead of taking the points because they're more excited by the bigger payout. So for that reason, like, you go back to a few weeks ago. I mean, I'm just looking through 4.5 spreads. We had Pittsburgh-Baltimore was one of the most recent ones at close 4.5. Pittsburgh was getting like +210 money line in the entire market right now. I mean, you just can't find that anywhere for New England this week. So I think there's been a little bit of an adjustment on the money line prices because of that scenario that you're talking about.
I think logically it makes sense if you've watched these teams the entire year that I think it's doubtful. I mean, it's possible, obviously. If the deep passing game and the safety injury really does affect the back end of the Seahawks and the Patriots can get their deep passing game going, I think all bets are off from the prognostication that I'm trying to put out, Cam. But if they're still able to limit Drake May to playing like within a shell, if they're going to play too high on him and he has to check down or they have to run a bunch, then I see the game moving very slowly, and I just see their upside for scoring points is limited here.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about the close game because Seattle murdered San Francisco, if not for a taunting penalty. I know they were up 11 on the Rams. Like, they've been playing really good football, comfortably winning. So if the Patriots are lingering around, that makes the underdog really scary. But you guys know one thing about Seattle, they usually score first and punch you in the face. The Shaheed kickoff return at the start of the game, they scored early against the Rams. That's what they do. Like, that's one thing about Seattle that's really impressed me. They come prepared in games, and they usually like punch you in the face a couple times and take an early lead in games and hopefully extend.
Yeah, the hardest part for me, Rob, is when you're just taking the a 4.5 spread, although it does seem to be juiced a little bit more than normal, like you mentioned, that the hardest thing in a Super Bowl to come back to a lot of the times is just which team has the better quarterback, and I believe that is New England.
Yeah, yes, it's true, but listen, we have like a lot of standout games where I think the team with the better quarterback got smoked, right? Like last year. Mahomes and Hurts. We had there was a Brady Mahomes Super Bowl as well, where I don't like, this is not that Brady was a great
bottom line, Rob, was the defense. Like Vita Vea killed Tom Brady. These guys, the Eagles last year, like I'm watching the game going, the Chiefs have no chance. The Eagles defensive fronts, like they just came out and murdered these guys. Like what? Like it was that defense just took over every drive. Kansas City didn't know what to do.
My silver pick is Seattle in a landslide here. I'm just saying that if everything breaks down and the Seattle defense doesn't play up to its capabilities,
and we got problems.
Listen, if you ask the Seattle front office, if the Patriots are like, you know what, we'll trade you Drake May for Sam Darnold right now, they're like, sure, let's do that. I don't think that's happening the other way.
No, but at the end, like if you're a Seahawks like Cam is right now, I don't think you're really worried about the defense going into the game. You're worried about like what happens in the case where, like you mentioned, Pat, where the Patriots are getting all sorts of pressures. Like Seattle doesn't have an elite offensive line.
No.
I mean, they got strong tackles, but they could be had in the interior. There's some mismatches there. And Darnold played really well this year, but there is some history there of interior pressure and him really struggling and throwing interceptions. So like that to me is the optimistic case for the Patriots. It's like, get some pressure with that defensive line, especially if they can only rush 4. And all of a sudden it's a game now. I think, I don't know what the
thing is though, Rob, with Sam Darnold, he threw 6 picks against one team. All we know is one thing. We know a couple things. Nakua burns the Seahawks in any type of situation, and Sam Darnold didn't play well against the Rams. Why it worked last time was instead of playing conservative and worried about his problems from the past, he went out there and slung it. And then he got confidence in the game. Boom, boom, boom. Just hitting everything, right? And that's what I think Seattle has to do. The opposite. I know you want to establish a run game with Walker. You want to beat these guys up because that's kind of their style. But I think getting Sam Darnold comfortable and just slinging it all over the lot is a good thing for him. Because, you know, it worked against the Rams. When he plays timid and does, like, you know what I mean, worries too much, I don't want him in his head. Like, you know what I mean? Just play the damn game. And the Rams game, he looked comfortable there. But, yeah, no, I'm always a little bit nervous when he takes the field.
Silver picks. Go ahead.
You want to go, Rob, or do you want me to go? Actually, you went last time. I'm going to take Barner over 20. Can I find a 22.5? That's what I got. I think it might be 23.5 now. Yards receiving?
We like the same stuff, Cam.
That's good, Rob. I like being on your side because I think we're going to have if Seattle wins this game by 13 for Pat, I'm just saying this. Another thing, guys, I think this is something we need to talk about. People are like, oh, I want more than plus 260 with an anytime touchdown. I'm going to be playing this as well, but I want to explain myself. People don't know if you haven't seen the Seahawks all year. They do a tush push too, and Barner's the guy and the tush push. So that adds more.
It does.
Like you guys like charts, you know, more percentage of him at the 1 yard line getting the ball instead of Holani or Walker. So that could happen in the game. I also think, how do you beat the Patriots? You beat them with tight ends. Barner this is one of the games I think he's going to go off. I think he's going to get receptions, and that yardage to me is too low. So I'm going to go with Barner over 22.5 for receiving yards. That's what I found. I think I've looked and it was 23.5 when I looked this morning.
24.5, best number on the market now.
Really? I got 23.5 on FanDuel. I'm looking at it right now.
It says 24.5 for me. Maybe it dropped back down. I have over 24.5 at FanDuel at -1.
You're right, Pat. It just when I started, I see 24.5 now. Wow. Okay, I'll still take it.
You're too sharp. You're too sharp, Cam.
Hey, it is what it is.
You're going to have to be parlaying 40th division soccer and basketball teams.
Yeah, Filipino D-League handball. Yeah, with Geoff. Candles. Yeah, I'm there. Anyway, I like Barner all day and all night. I think he gets a touchdown in the game, but I'll take his receiving yards. Seattle's tight end for a big game.
So are you going to sprinkle on Arroyo first touchdown?
Actually, I have Barner first touchdown. I did sprinkle on Mr. Hooper for the Patriots at 45 to 1.
I took a hard look at that as well. The only first touchdown bet, Rob, that I've played so far is Drake May, 18 to 1 first touchdown.
I haven't done anything with touchdown markets so far. Usually I'll bet those on Sunday.
What about Shaheed, Rob? Like just busting out like one big play type of thing, returning a ball. Something along those lines. I
could see that. You have to be careful depending on which book you play that at, because some of them rule those as a defensive special teams touchdown instead of Shaheed.
It should be called anytime touchdown because it's an anytime fucking touchdown.
I agree.
How's that sound?
Just saying, I've seen it happen.
No, you're right. No, that's a good disclaimer, but I think that's horse shit. If you're a sports book and does that, that's bad business. It says anytime touchdown. I don't give a fuck how you do it. Just get in the end zone.
I'm with you.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. I'm really enjoying this.
Just make it easy for people. Don't make it hard for them.
Yeah, make it easy. There's guys like Jeff. He's all in orbit wearing his down goose coat like he's living in fucking Yellowknife, for God's sakes. Guy can't pay his heating bills, as Pizzola said. I didn't know. I thought he was rich, but apparently something happened. Those kids are expensive.
This is one of the biggest mismatches in the game, by the way, is the Seahawks special teams against the New England special teams.
You're damn right.
Always one of the more overlooked parts of a Super Bowl, where I think the better special teams team has actually won 10 years in a row.
Pat, and we watch a lot of things, and I make my stupid notes on paper, but I'll tell you one thing about New England's kicker, too. He's almost like a guy who plays golf in the wind. A lot of low kicks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be shocked if one of them got blocked.
Calling your shot.
Block
I
kick.
am,
What
Rob.
are the odds on block
my
kick?
shot. There we go.
Do you think if pressed early in this game, Rob, do you think Vrabel will go for it on a 4th and 1 from the 12-yard line?
Yes.
I don't think that he will.
So that's a tough call.
I think he will.
Vrabel is a feel guy for sure. He understands the analytics. You can tell by certain decisions that he makes, especially with time management. But I think it depends on how this is going and how his defense looks in the early going. Like, I've played a lot of angles around the Seahawks not going for fourth downs because they don't. I mean, they haven't attempted a fourth down in the playoffs. They attempted 12 all year. The next lowest team in the league was 19.
Have they got to fourth down in the playoffs so far? Are you sure? Because I feel like they just score every time they touch the ball.
No, they're just McDonald's old school, and that's totally fine, but he'll punt and stuff like that. So I've played some stuff centered on total punts, things of that nature, just kind of working that. I mean, I'll just give my silver pick right now. I'm going to go longest field goal in the game over 49.5 yards. I think we will see a 50-plus yard field goal in this game. So first and foremost, conditions are good. Secondly, like I said with McDonald, if he gets to a situation where they have like a 54-yard attempt, even if it's 4th and 1, he's more likely to kick in those instances than he is to go for it. On the other side, Vrabel's more of a wild card. He doesn't really follow conventional wisdom. I think he just plays each game out individually how it's going. But one thing the Seahawks do a lot, Mike McDonald's been known for this throughout his entire career. If you face third down against the Seahawks and they have an opportunity to push you out of field goal range or push you back into deeper field goal range, they're going to blitz the shit out of you. They do that. It's very rare that they blitz, but these are the situations that they do. And Drake May's a guy that he'll hold the ball. He'll take a sack. So you get New England down to like the 30-yard line in that type of range. And Seattle's going to send some serious pressure in those. So I think this happens. It's priced at minus 110. I'd make it more like minus 125, minus 130 on over 49.5.
So for our underdog entry that I'm putting together, I just went to Jason Myers over 49.5 longest field goal at plus 130.
Yep. I'm with you. I have a lot of derivatives of long field goal stuff for this game.
I like this. Bronze picks.
I'll start, Pat.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Might as well do something different.
Teams in the Super Bowl, all of a sudden, you're going nuts.
You're right, Rob. I feel like it's Viagra. Like I'm fucking back. Like, you know what I mean? I woke up with a heart on going, man, I can't believe my team's in the Super Bowl. Feels great. Anyway, Pat, I'm always looking for the best number, but I don't want to cheat. I got bets in early because that's what I do. I pulled a Rob Pizzola. It's great. All the bets I got better numbers at. So I might have picked the right ones. I hope.
Hey, don't say that. Rob might attack you on the internet, Cam.
He could. Henderson. Henderson is going to be a bigger part of this game for the Patriots than people think. There's a reason everyone's talking about Stevenson. Pat, can I get an over 23.5 rushing receiving? Or what is the best number you can find?
Rushing
24.5.
Are you looking for rushing and receiving or rushing or receiving?
Well, I got 22.5. It opened up at 23.5. And I'm seeing now some 24.5s out there.
That's a minus 145, so that doesn't count.
Nope.
Hard Rock.
25.5 at FanDuel, minus 114.
What do you got, Rob, for 24.5?
Well, Pat's right. There's a 23.5, but it's minus 145.
Can't do that.
Is the problem.
That's
the best price is Fanatics or PointsBet, and it's 25.5, but plus 105.
Okay, I'll do that then. I'll take the extra 2 yards. I think Henderson's going to be a bigger part of this game. There's a reason they picked him up. Stevenson has been the bell cow, but it's the Super Bowl. I think you're going to have to mix it up with both running backs. So I have a couple things listed right there. That was the one. It was either going to be him or Shaheed over 19.5 yards receiving. I'll go with Henderson, one Patriot prop, over 25.5 rushing and receiving to plus money.
This one's interesting. This one's interesting because Henderson played 4 snaps against Denver.
I think he'll play a lot more.
I think a lot of it was just weather related, where New England settled into running the ball later in that game. Henderson always gets like the second or third series of the game. And if he's on, they give him more work. And if he's not, they ride Stevenson a little bit more. But I tend to think that he is a little underpriced this week because of that game where he got 4 snaps.
He is, but I think that if you want to play Henderson, I would look at alts rather than just whatever the standard is. Because if they use him, they'll use him a ton, and he'll go way over this number, or he has like 5 total yards.
I'm playing alts too, Pat, but I'm just saying for betting purposes on the show, we'll start with 25.5 to plus money, and then maybe we'll play a ladder too, because I think he could get like over 50 yards.
He's always been a good alts guy, Henderson.
Yes.
Yeah,
he has a very wide range of outcomes.
Big time.
He's a make one guy miss and he gone type of player.
He gone.
Perfect.
Like I played some Travion Henderson most rushing yards in the game.
Wow.
Because he could break. Like Stevenson, I don't want to say he has no juice, but like Henderson is by far the most likely guy in this game to break off like a 60-yard run, right? I mean, he's actually got some speed and some juice.
Well,
I
I'd say
don't
it's
think
probably
it's going to
Walker.
happen, but
It's probably Walker. Maybe not in this matchup, but if there's someone's going to break,
I got a question for you guys, and I know everybody and their mother, like, this almost feels like a trap now. Like, Walker opens 22.5 receiving. He's been over it like almost every game recently, and I'm seeing a 20.5.
Yeah,
like, am I missing something here? And I know books don't give away money, so Walker's not going to get reception yards.
Well, it's funny because taking a look at the EV tool right now at SharpStack, the highest, like most EV prop you can play is under 2.5 receptions plus 125. Kenneth Walker.
Wow.
I played Walker. I played Stevenson over receptions and Walker under.
Yeah, that's exactly.
What about yards?
That's
What is his yards average?
His yards average for the year?
Yeah, no, like it's 20.5. Like, the one thing about Walker, it's a very dangerous prop, I think, from both perspectives. But when he breaks a tackle, you want to talk about a guy in open space? That's where he'll blow up your unders. One catch and a boom. If he shakes a tackle, he's phew.
And look, he's beat this number. He's beat this number both times in the playoffs so far. He's been pretty good, but he's been under this number, and to end the season, he wasn't quite. They actually 36, 64. Yeah,
they're going to him a lot more now. That's the. I just think it's one of those props. So the books aren't stupid. They could post a 24.5 and people will still play it. And I'm seeing 20.5. It's not our first rodeo. Something's interesting here.
I do feel like it kind of conflicts with what you want to do with George.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. George is kind of my. Pizzola knows this too, Pat. We've been betting for a long time. I don't like taking props with big numbers. I like the under, like the Hendersons, the Holanis. Like, that's what I like. That's a space I like to roll in because I think they're better. The numbers are better. Like, I like guys who have to get 9 yards, not fucking like tons. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not even doing anything like JSN. People can play him. Sure, you'll get some catches.
Right.
I think you got to lay 45 cents for over 4.5. You could move them around, but I don't want to it's one of those things. I think Seattle's going to mix it up.
I actually really like the Kenneth Walker under rushing yards, but I'm just going to keep on waiting because I do think that the number will eventually rise because people just actually, Rob, you're a good barometer of this. You'll remember. Do you find that the overs do get juiced up regardless by the time Sunday comes along?
I do. I typically don't bet. So I've only bet a few overs in the Super Bowl. And my kind of strategy on that every year is if it's a big edge, I'll play it early because like I want to get out in front of that. Most people are going to bet the overs, but a lot of times, like I don't want to say like guys like JSN can't go over their yardage total. I'm not suggesting that they can't, but like when you think about the money on the Super Bowl, right? This is the one game a year where there's like as much recreational action as there is sharp action. Everybody who's watching the game wants to bet players to do something. They don't want to bet under. So you do get a little bit of inflation. Like guys are simply priced a little bit higher than they were at every point over the course of the year because the average person's going to bet the over on them. So for the most part, I just kind of wait for those numbers to keep climbing and climbing. And I come back the other way on the under. And if the Super Bowl ends up being like a super high scoring one, like Nick Foles against the Patriots, I'm going to take a complete bath. And if it ends up like the Rams and Patriots 13-3, then I'm going to make a lot of money. And that's kind of how the Super Bowl, I approach the Super Bowl every year.
I'm looking at the SharpStack projection system right now, Cam, comparing all of the odds. There are very few overs on the list of the top, and we'll have the SharpStack picks on the Friday show when we do the prop draft with myself, Blickle, and Noonan, and we'll wait for then in order to get those final prices, and then you can just get SharpStack and to get the updated real-time odds. The only overs on it are Ramondre Stevenson over 21.5 receiving yards. That's a very highly rated one. Cooper Kupp over 29.5 receiving yards.
I like that too.
And then Patriots money line.
I don't like that one. The first two are fine.
I mean, I was going to do Ramondre Stevenson over receiving yards as my bronze.
Good pick.
The Seahawks defense funnels targets to running backs.
You're right.
Like they consistently rush for. They play two high safeties. They want you to throw underneath, and they do that because they're very, very good at tackling. And now, listen, Nick, part of the reason they are is Emenwari plays very close to the line of scrimmage. He's a safety, but if you look at where he lines up on the field, he's had 7 snaps at free safety this year. He plays in the box or on the D-line.
That's amazing.
So they just funnel targets underneath. They'll give everything up to the running back, let him pick up 5 yards, make a tackle. They don't want anything downfield. And I like Stevenson in the passing game quite a bit,
What
especially
was his receiving yards, Rob? What was the number?
22.5.
I got 21.5 at minus
21.5. Rob,
There you
take
go.
it. Pat's
I'll
giving
take
you a
it.
deal. Take it.
Let's make a deal.
Yeah, minus 110 at your old employer, The Score.
Hey,
Well,
are they hiring?
Unfortunately, I cannot bet there.
Yeah, I can't bet that.
there.
Let's find. It's the,
Why? They closed you out, Rob, for being a shark? Yeah, you got one of those.
You know what? I'm surprised I lasted in my own personal name as long as I did at The Score.
I've never had an account there. I've never played there. I just haven't. I got other books.
Yeah. One of the issues with being public facing is like people know who I am. So when I deposit into a sports book under my real name, I don't really have a lot of shelf life.
No,
even before there's people who limited me before I even made a bet before.
Wow. They think you're a danger to society, winning money.
But ScoreBet, they didn't like those correlated hockey SGPs.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Got beat up on those.
I can tell you one thing. They got enough money to pay out. So stop blocking people. You're doing fine.
Yeah.
Rob, ethical question for you on this front, because someone presented. I was doing a live stream last night for golf, and someone presented me and it's an error. It was just a mistake on the DraftKings site. They had a first round leader market. You know, Scotty Scheffler's 10-1, Xander's 30-1, whatever. But they also had a first round leader market without Scotty, but everyone's numbers in the without Scotty market were higher than they were in the with Scotty market. They just never updated. And it had been like that since Monday. It was just never updated. We're now on a Wednesday night. So we did it on the show. I figured not enough people are watching that if people want to get in on it, they can. Gave it like another half hour, and then I tweeted it out. Be like, hey, you probably have about 10 minutes from the time of this tweet to go in. It did last for like another 45 minutes, but should I have put that out publicly or just let people kind of find it on their own?
So I don't like putting it out publicly because it brings attention to it and it might ruin the edge. And this is very selfish for me, but like I'm thinking about when I see a mistake, like, can I profit off of this long term? Like some of the simulator golf stuff, the pricing on that is absurd.
It's crazy
right now. And so on some of these holes, right? I mean, maybe I'm drawing attention to it now by talking to you about it, Pat, but like I wouldn't really tweet about it. But at the end of the day, my opinion has always been take your shot. Like if they're offering that, what the worst case is what they're going to cancel it. You know, like the sportsbook wouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly.
You know how many times I've misclicked something and then I message customer service and be like, hey, I screwed that up. This is even before the event starts. Like, can we cancel? And they're like, no, we can't. Like so I don't give any benefit of the doubt. They screw up, they put a line out.
Pizzola, I agree 100%. I know exactly right. Hey, it's your guy's job. You're putting it out there. Get it right. I don't care. Yeah, you're right. How many times have I screwed up? You did nothing for me. So yeah, you want to take advantage? Take advantage.
One time I tried to make a $1,000 bet. I made a $10,000 bet at a book, right? I reached out to them. They refused to cancel it. Yep. Lucky enough, the bet won.
And that's their karma.
Exactly.
You knew you're going to win the bet because they're like, no, Mr. Pizzola. Yeah, thanks. I won. Appreciate it.
But that's the name of the game. Like we're looking for edges. That's what we're betting for edges. If we see something that's badly priced, we bet it. And if they want to void it beforehand because they say, it's fine, I can accept that.
Yep.
That's just the business. It's the beast. But no, we take our shots, Pat.
Yeah, take a shot.
This happens less in football because people are very much paying attention to those markets, but this without Scotty Scheffler market in golf, like sometimes you can find crazy numbers. This isn't anything new because they forget to update it at the same time. Is there anything like that in football, or is this more like, hey, if you just look at alt markets in the NBA or WNBA or NHL, Rob, that maybe you can find some of these like weird abnormalities?
I think they come and go. So like the best example for football, which lasted maybe like a year, was these inversely correlated SGPs.
Oh, I love them.
Right?
I love them.
Like, yeah.
They would be like 80-1. Now they're 9-1.
Yeah. They've adjusted the pricing, but like Rashid Shaheed would be perfect for this in the Super Bowl, right? You bet him under 1.5 receptions, but 40 plus receiving yards. And you hope he catches one bomb because his ADOT is super high, right?
Oh, no.
Now they're fixed. They come and go. There's going to be another error in pricing. Sportsbooks are going to offer some new bet type and they're going to screw up the pricing, but they don't last forever. So I would say with the stuff with the Scheffler markets, take advantage while you can because it'll be found eventually.
My final prop, my bronze pick for Super Bowl 60, Cam, it involves your main man, Sam Darnold. Over 5.5 rushing yards.
I love it. Honest to God, I'm playing it too. It's in my top 10 of props. I'm going to tell you guys something. This is the Super Bowl. I know Sam Darnold's got a wooden leg, but take a look at what he did before. Like, he is going to take off a little bit. Only concern, Seattle leading knees. But I think he's probably going to have, Pat, between 12 and 16 rushing yards.
Yeah, I do worry about the kneels, but I feel like if he runs, it's going to be daylight, and like I'm not worried about the 5. I'm not worried about a 3-yard run from Sam Darnold. It's probably like 12 if he ends up getting one. This all works on my theory of the game, Rob, that I do think that New England is going to be able to generate pressure, probably up the middle, and if you can get Darnold off his spot, that's when he starts making really bonehead decisions and throwing it into coverage. You know, for the past 2 weeks, Mike McDonald will look at him and just be like, look, throw it away or run. Do those two things if you get off your spot. And you can run on the Patriots. Quarterbacks can run on the Patriots defense. So I'm not too concerned about that because obviously they're going to be playing man at least on one side of the ball. So there just might be daylight for him to go.
Love it.
This is the one I disagree with you guys on.
See, but you played
You're allowed to win.
last time. You didn't win.
That's what he does. Hey, Pizzola has to be that guy.
Darnold's run for more than 11 yards like 3 times this year.
Oh, I know.
And there's going to be they're 68% to win, roughly. I think Pat thinks it's actually higher than that. Maybe you do as well, Cam.
5.5 is low, though, Rob.
Yeah, it's low, but he doesn't exceed that number all too often when he's been healthy all year long. And yes, listen, I get the stakes are a little bit higher, but you have a pretty decent likelihood of kneels, at least one, whether that's the first half game. With a quarterback like Darnold, that could really kill the play. I don't love it. Sorry.
Fair enough.
I love it. You should play it. You should play it and win. You play on Rob's side, you're going to lose. How about that?
To be clear, let me make it explicitly clear. Rob doesn't have a side here. Rob is very neutral on the prop, but I don't like the over.
Love the over, Cam. I may even make my gold pick now.
I love it too. Let's just hope it's one of those games like the good one versus Atlanta, 3 for 23. Wow, 7.7 yards a carry. Wow, look at this rushing he actually had in a couple games. He had a 24-yard run against Arizona. That sounds made up. 2 for 14 against the Niners. Let's do it.
I just think this one is it's almost like I like the Sam Darnold over 19.5 completions in this game because I just don't think that they're going to be taking a whole bunch of deep shots. They've been so efficient on that all season long. I can see them checking down a little bit more and just making sure that they're not making mistakes early unless it's just there. And
how many rushing attempts, Pat, do you think he's going to have in the game?
4.
4? So
I'll put in 2 kneels and 2 like real ones.
2.7 yards a rush. 4.
Yeah, but if they're kneels, then that's not looking good.
But 4 times almost 3, 12. You'll still get there. I know you'll get there. It's 5.5.
I'd say 4 is high.
You think
his median is not 4.
Probably 2 or 3 carries, Rob? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying he can't have 4, but
sounds like
on
you
average,
are. Sounds like you
probably
are.
Looking at 2 to 3 is the most likely scenario.
So I'm looking at the medium projections that we have right now over at 4 for 4 in Sharp Stack. 2.5 rushing attempts, 9.7 rushing yards.
There you go. 3 knees, -1 yard, 6A. Still win by the hook.
But again, this just plays more to my theory of the game of how I think that New England's going to attack Seattle, what Seattle is going to do to adjust, that if they get at him early, it's going to take away that deep passing, short throws, and Darnold a bit on the move. Maybe they start moving him around a little bit to give him more time in the pocket, but if all else fails, unless he goes full Darnold and just throws it to the other team right in front. One thing you got to be wary of, Kim, Sam Darnold loves throwing it into the helmet of offensive and defensive linemen.
Sure does.
Loves
his game, cranium throw.
I think with the Darnold stuff, you parlaying Darnold over rushing yards with the Patriots is a good bet, just based off of the games where he's ran the ball this year. Because week 1, they lose to San Fran. That's where he gets 14 rushing yards. The Arizona game, 23-20. Close game, although it kind of wasn't.
That wasn't a close game, though. They were blowing them out.
Exactly.
I agree.
Misleading box score.
But that's only 1 rush for 24. I'd have to go look at that one play to see what happened.
I got to watch that too. I can't believe he ran for 24 yards on a play. That sounds made up.
2 for 11 against the Rams. That's the game where they lost 21-19. So far, that's 2 games where they lost. The Atlanta game, 37-9. Now, I'm looking at this right now. Darnold's rushes came in the 3rd quarter when the game was tied 9-9.
Interesting.
So, like, I think it needs to be a close game for Darnold to you. Like, if Seattle's winning, Darnold's not running, is what I'm getting at.
The situation I envision here is they end up going 3 wide with tight ends. They have the extra blocker in to try to give him some help. That doesn't work. They get him up the middle. He rolls out right. They have JSN on one side of the field with Gonzalez, and he's kind of gone, and everyone else just kind of runs a crossing route underneath, and he rolls out because he gets pushed out to the right, and there's just no one standing there.
That'd be cool.
Well,
I feel like that's the majority of his runs, is that exact situation.
I'm going to be the team player. I don't have an ego. I don't have a bet on this. I would rather you guys win. I hope Darnold runs for 20 plus. You cash some alts.
There we go.
I would love that.
Team Pizzola, that's nice. That's what we do. We're a team here. Yeah. If you're not betting it, the under, who cares?
I don't have a strong enough opinion to take the under.
So I like it, Pat. I looked at it too. I just think 5.5 is just a tad too low. That's what I'm thinking.
To recap our picks from this show, I got Diggs over catches, Seattle minus 11.5 at plus 210 in the game, Darnold over 5.5 rushing yards. Rob has Drake May under 6.5 rushing attempts at plus 121, longest field goal in the game at 49.5 over Ramondre Stevenson over 21.5 receiving yards. George Hawani over 1.5 receptions for Cam. AJ Barner over 24.5 receiving yards for Cam. Trevion Henderson over 25.5 rushing plus receiving yards.
One more, Pat, too. The fastest 5 second in sports. Seahawks by 13. Let's go. Win your bet. Even though I have them to win between 7 and 12 at plus 400, I might do a 13 and add a little tier. Have a little fun. Let's go.
I would be willing, Rob, to sacrifice my plus 210 here if it's just a good game and I get to enjoy watching it.
I just want Seattle to win. That's
it. It's the Super
Bowl
for me. I honestly, I know how Matt Feinberg will get at me for saying stuff. I don't really bet like the side and total of the Super Bowl unless I think I have a big edge. I don't got much going on. So I just get to a point where I want to see a good game. Like I don't want to see last year's Super Bowl again.
I do.
Well, you do because you bet the Eagles, but like if you don't have something on the side or total, no one wants to watch. I get it. Just win the damn game, Rob. I reached that point, like finally, like we're going back, as I said before, like a kid before we knew about betting and stuff. Just win the damn game. Get your second Super Bowl. Revenge from the Marshawn Lynch debacle. That Super Bowl, yeah. So let's just Seahawks win the Super Bowl. I'll be I'll be so happy. I'll be going bananas. I'll be up in Vaughan, final blowout party. Our boy Carlos Chulas Joe's. Pat, that's he asked me one more time. I kind of feel bad. Like I want like. My team's there, and there's going to be Patriots fans in the bar. It's nothing personal, guys.
Beat them up.
I've been a fan of this team since I was 5 fucking years old, so I'm going to do what I got to do.
Pretend you are the future number 1 draft pick in the NHL and go knock out some jaws.
Cam Stewart will be playing the role of Gavin McKenna? Yeah.
You know what? Guys got to not knock
allegedly
out, but if somebody calls your mother a whore, like...
Oh, dude! If somebody cut, they're dead, Pizzola.
Like, yeah, but
additionally,
that's stock material.
He goes up in my books, honestly.
Listen, you could be Jalen Carter and like be speeding and whatever the hell ended up happening with him, and cause a reckless death, and you follow in the draft. In the NHL, this will probably only boost this guy's stock.
Well,
unless he's not allowed in the States
still, and all those guys. So yeah, you're right. But love you guys. It's been a great year, and let's just win some money. Let's do it.
Finally, the underdog entry I have made throughout the course of this show. Again, code Mayo to go sign up. Drake May, lower than 6.5 rushing attempts. Jason Myers, higher than a 49.5-yard field goal. Longer than that. AJ Barner, 24.5 yards receiving. Higher, 6.5 rushing yards for Sam Darnold. Higher, I put on the boost. We're up to 21-1, guys.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Let's enter.
Let's win money. That's what we want to do. Have a great Super Bowl, win money, and have a good, strong ending to the year. That's all we can do.
I would love that. Rob, are you doing like a live stream on Sunday, anything like that?
Yeah, Sunday, 11 a.m. I'm going to do a full stream, all the final prop looks and stuff like that. So that'll be over on Forward Progress.
Thanks for not inviting me to your prop extravaganza.
It's okay. We're busy.
We have 30 slots. I don't book them.
And I wasn't good enough to fill it. Sorry.
Yeah, Pat, you're a busy guy.
I take Wednesdays off.
Oh, do you really? I didn't realize that. I do not take Wednesdays off, but yeah.
Just wanted to give you a day off, Pat.
Appreciate that. I went to the golf simulator instead.
Perfect.
There you go.
Working
Sounds
on
like a much better day than giving out a Super Bowl prop on a stream.
I disagree. That pays a lot of money, Rob.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's true.
All right, Cam, do you got anything going on this weekend?
No, I'm just at Shoeless Joe's for the Super Bowl. Going
All right.
on this weekend, no. I got nothing going on other than making bets and then trying to build up my bankroll and throwing it all on the Super Bowl. Because I'm not, Rob's a smart guy. He's like, I'm not going to bet a side. I'm going bananas in the Super Bowl. You know, I've waited a long time for Seattle to get back. So I'm all in. I don't care. Like, that's just the way it is for me. It's like, it's bananas time. I'm going nuts.
And Gabe will probably be on McAfee. We can watch that.
Yeah. No, I did a show yesterday. He's on Super Bowl Row. We did the podcast, a lot of camera stuff. He's meeting a lot of MMA fighters, some other guys. Yeah, he'll probably go on McAfee on Friday, I think he said.
Rob, always one of my favorite parts of Super Bowl week.
I agree. Honestly, I find it. I still find it hilarious every time it happens.
No, it's the best.
I mean, with Gabe's walkout is always. So
It's the
funny,
best.
man.
It's the best.
So funny.
Gabe and I actually have a show up on the network right now, the best bets for the Olympics, if you want to check that out. Plus, we have a full men's hockey breakdown with Jay Kahn and Chris Meaney if you're looking to get some Olympic side action on the go. We actually have a parlay cam for day one of men's hockey. It is, let's see, it's actually boosted at CoolBet right now, but we gave it as plus 310 when we bet it. It was Sweden minus 4.5 against Italy in the first game, and Germany minus 1.5 against whatever goober country they're playing, Denmark.
Meeting's very good at it. If you wanted a hockey stuff, this guy's the real deal and a good guy too.
I gotta say, I don't really know how to price this stuff properly, but the women's Olympic hockey tournament is starting today. And
I bet USA women to win at minus 138.
Like some of these Sweden, Germany, Italy, France, whenever I like the unders in these games. Again, I don't really know how to price it properly, but when you have like these different gaps in talent with some of these teams, I think they really lean towards the under in the women's games.
Oh, Cam, I'll keep you for 20 more seconds for you. You know how Gabe was giving out that Italy mixed doubles curling prop at plus, I think it was plus 130 at CoolBet. He sold me on it. I bet it. I got a message from someone. You know how they're undefeated the past 2 years?
Yes.
They played one tournament the past 2 years.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, it's his stuff. I bet it too. I just listen. But anyway, love you guys. I got to roll. I got to do another show, but we'll talk later. I got some news for you guys. We'll talk about it. And just enjoy the Super Bowl.
All right, we'll get together and do something during the offseason.
Cool.
Rob Pizzola, you can find him at Forward Progress and on X, at Cam Stewart Live on X. I'm Pat Mayo. Smash like while you're here, and I will see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!